So today is going to be a little bit different. This is actually going to be showcasing not so much of a card, but more of an application, and this is the Dokkaner. And I mean, I guess that's more of a pun for people who play Dokkan, I guess, but more of a thing that processes things for Dokkan. Either way, this is something from a Redditor. If you haven't seen this thread already, I'm going to link it in the description below, along with the download for this as well. And what I'm going to go through is basically the basics and all the things that I've ran into and done to help you build a team and use this to its fullest. Because this, I gotta let you know, for a free-to-play game, for a free application, for someone that is basically a stranger and just took their time out to make this, it is actually pretty phenomenal. So let me go ahead and try this out and show you a few things. So here is the Reddit thread with the creator giving the description and all the features, and a few things just going through this. One of the features is a IA scoring system that bases everything from its stats, skills, links, everything from a card, grading it from F- to S++. Very much sticking with that Japan grading system there. And let you know at a glance its strengths and weaknesses. So that's pretty cool. I'll go into that, but basically it does show that, and when you do build teams, that's what it's basing on. You can search by its ID, name, links, or categories. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Find its card from affinities, whatever, affinities. I can't read today, just like every day. My dad left me. No, I'm just kidding. Import your cards via image recognition system. I got a gripe on that, but we'll go into that and many other features. So, hey, summon stats, latest news. It does, in case you're wondering, it does update every time that Dokkan has an update. And obviously he knows that the app is not perfect. And there's a few other questions that you can go from here, and it's kind of self-explanatory. So don't even worry about all the details, because I'll go through them. So this is the app itself. If you haven't downloaded it already, from all those great kind of features there, the first thing that I would kind of understand first is just the way that everything is sort of laid out. So if you double click a card, it doesn't matter if you have a LR, UR, whatever it may be. There's a lot of different options here that you can go through, and of course this is already sorted by rarity, but you can do it by type. So sort it out, everything by type, by defense, and I think this is base defense. I don't think there's any sort of potential system here. This is base defense, and then base attack. So Piccolo has the highest defense, Broly has the highest attack and HP. Apparently LR Trunks, that's surprising, over Hercule, and then rank. I think rank is the F to S++ bases, or the scoring system. But anybody can correct me there. This looks about right, though. Having Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So going into his, since we're here already, so the average attack potential, I believe the breakdown of that is in the thread. If not, I'm sure you can click around a few different ways, especially if you go to the help, or if you go to send feedback, you can just ask. There's a lot of different little question marks around, but either way, it's just based on the scoring system. It does have the categories here. If you click on it, it'll search by the fusion category. If you go through basically the stats and everything else, the ranking for this is the ranking for the potential system, so how much they can actually get after the potential system, and that's an A+ for this guy, so that's very appropriate. And then the meta score, there's no, there's no explanation, but if you do click on this, it does tell you or take you to a poll, or you can kind of grade it and help out the application, but I'm not going to do that here. It tells you the passive, tells you the leader skill, tells you the super attack, and tells you all the links. So the cool thing from here are three things. So the first thing is the affinities. So the affinities is just basing on the links. So if you want 2 or more links, these are the people who do it, or who have them. If you want 3 or more links, these are the people who have them. And then I think it kind of caps out at 4, because I don't think too many units actually have 5 or more links. So this guy, the AGL one, I run him, and the SDR one. I don't know if he's here, but with him, and as well as some other Fuse units, because of the links and that, I kind of figured out by myself. But using this, you can just pick the best person, or the best one that actually fits on that team, the one that you actually have. Or if you're trying to summon for him, that is what's gonna happen, or that's what I would suggest to do. So that is actually incredibly useful. And the next thing is building a team. So a couple things about this. So the first thing is that if you hit the build a team, so there's 2 options. So you can use him as a leader, which I would suggest, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off for now. There's 3 different ones: aggressive, balanced, and defensive. These are nice little hot tips or hot links. I forget the term for that, but these are all the 3 different ones. So aggressive is if you want more attack, etc., etc. Defensive if you want more defense and passives that are associated with that. These are the dials for if you want at least an SSR or higher, or at least a UR, TUR or higher. I'm going to set it to SSR, and then you can use only my cards. So I'll go into that as soon as we get through this. So I'm going to hit generate, and it's going to generate a team based on what you were asking. So here, let me go ahead and do that one more time. So SSR to LR with a defensive mindset, without him being the leader, and he ended up being the leader because that's just you know how Gogeta is. So it'll give you a team, right? And basically how you should set it up: these guys on main rotation, and these guys as support and off rotation, basically. But the cooler part is that if you hit this, this will tell you the rotation that you should use in order to maximize their card bonuses. So the passive, as far as the ones that you're using, the super attack, etc., etc. So you can just go through these, and it just really depends on which team you're using, and do it that way. So and I don't think there's a hot tip. I've been clicking all of these. I'm just making sure. Of course, you can modify the rotation and put these guys higher or lower, but the system will do it for you. And I almost guarantee you, obviously, he's not like a mathematical genius or anything, but if it's based on stats and as well as links and passive and all that other stuff, I am almost certain that this is going to be more right than me just like rearranging stuff. So that's pretty cool. So if you do, let's say let's say someone who isn't a leader. So if you said Topo, right? If you wanted to build a team with Topo, and if you wanted to be defensive, you didn't want to have him to stick to the leader type, and then go ahead and generate, I could almost guarantee you. Okay, I can't guarantee you that because he is the leader. I don't know. I don't know why. So let me go ahead and do this one more time. See if there's any kind of difference. So this is kind of a work in progress. It's free, it's one of those things. So these are kind of the same, full of LRs. So I gotta let you know, fam. I don't got LRs like that. So let me see. Okay, this is interesting. So he has a leader type, +2 key, HP attack and defense 30%, and that is technically the best team that you can do. I mean he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's just that I don't want him as a leader. So that might be, oh, that's kind of cool. You can use a screenshot, and it's gone. Okay, there you go. I don't want him as a leader, so that might be something to work on. But again, might be pretty cool to find out, the affiliates or affinities. I keep saying that, which he does not have too many of them. Okay, anyway, so that kind of
the recording got all messed up there, but yeah, there's not too much difference. So if you do, you know, try to go ahead and do a team building sort of thing here and try to use him. Actually, let me go ahead and go back. So use him as a leader, SSR to UR, and this is the team. So this is the team. It's a little bit different that, you know, he is being used, excuse me, as the leader. If you take it off, you have a different team with Pandal and Bullpen with the support units. Put on the leader, defensive, and then it's pretty much the same team, honestly. So a little bit disappointing on that end. There's a few things probably what's going on, and that's most likely the grading system that's being in play, saying that, hey, I mean, these are still the best things that you can do, and as well as the way that the system builds the teams. It's still saying like, hey, you should use him as a leader. So like weird one-off cards I kind of want to look at. So like this Oolong. So if you if you said no, I don't want to do the team or him as a leader, I'm going to use everybody I can. I bet you money that's going to say LRs. Yep. So 4 LRs. Oh really? Oh really? Okay. So plus 5 key for the first turn. So I mean, 4 LRs. I'm sure I can do some kind of damage with that. So and again, like I said, if you just switch them back, it's gonna be a little obvious when it comes to some of these things. Interesting choices though. Interesting choices. Because I don't think because I think it's still going. Okay. Well, yes. Stop. Okay. Well, hey, can't ask for much. So that's interesting. So it's very, very interesting. Look at all these cards. Look at all these Dragon Ball cards. All right. So I don't want to say too much. Let me exit out of all of this. So a few things that I did not cover. So again, you can filter by type. You can do whatever you want as far as a filter. It's pretty similar to the system in Dokkan already. But the other thing that I am pretty interested to see is, again, these one-off cards where you can sort of just type in, because I'm trying to use this Devil Man. Is anybody else here? So Jackie Chun, so I do got that guy, and I think I have King Choppa, but all these other ones, so like Bulma Bunny, Grandpa Gohan, Dracula Man, that only makes sense. So that's actually pretty cool. I actually really want to do that. Now there's another thing that I didn't go through. So one of the things is if you hit this little search button, it will search the link for that, and using that you can find everybody on or with that link, and then sort by rarity, and then search again. I want to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure that is it. I can't really tell. I can tell, but I can't really tell. Yeah, so they are being sorted by type and rarity. That's what it looks like. Well, kind of. I don't know why this guy's up here then. Work in progress. Hey, still pretty cool. So like if I wanted to do it, if I already knew the link, I can type in the link and it'll sort it by what they got. So pretty cool. And I mean, it's just a really cool system. This card just came out. I want to find out who's in there. So there's 3 different people with 5 links. Didn't know that, but now I do. Got all these other people too, with the Evil Boo and randomly Raleigh. Didn't know that. Look at that. I'm learning a lot of things here. And other than that, that is pretty much all I can really think of. I was gonna go through importing cards, so I got a screenshot here of who I got, right? And that's my Gogeta on my global account. And yes, I did not mention it, but there's only global or English cards here. No
Japanese cards just yet. And if you try to import your card, I've done this with the Gogeta and as well as the Vegeta over here, and it will try to go through and try to image recognize these cards, and it'll tell you like, hey, is this Tien? Is this Krillin? Based on this little sort of thing, is it Chaozu? Is it Gotenks? You're getting closer, man. You're getting closer, and it just keeps going through. And I think this is supposed to be where you zoom in and out, but it really doesn't work, and it kind of lags out. And that's one of the gripes. So there's no Japanese cards. You can't maximize or minimize. You can't maximize or minimize this little window. And there are times where it is a little bit laggy, especially when switching the sorting, or you know, switching over to the image recognition. And I think that's just the amount of cards that it goes through the whole database. And I'm sure there's gonna be more optimizations and more time worked on this. But as it is right now, it is super useful, and I would highly recommend to go and check it out. So that way you don't have to try to build cards going through the wiki and just doing stupid stuff like that where I do. That's what I do, because it's really tedious. But that's pretty much it. I've covered a lot. If you know more, if I miss anything, let me know. If you want any questions, don't ask me, because this is just me trying to promote it. Go to the thread, go message him, comment if you want, and maybe I can find out for you, or I can mess with some stuff, and maybe update this later on. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next one.